We have Al and Beth Teamy from Amigo Mobility here with us, small tier recipients. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
Thanks for staying in Michigan, by the way. I like to start out that way. There's always temptations. There's always folks wanting you to be wooed away. So thank you on behalf of my fellow Michiganders for staying in our state. Also a personal thank you, and this is no kidding, the last 2 months of my mom's life, she used one of your devices.
Oh, really?
So it was very, very helpful for her. And I'm really glad that you stayed up late in your garage and invented the doggone thing.
Yeah.
The story is really a great American story. You invented the very first of these mobility devices. Others have come and others have gone, but the Amigo is the original, the one that we all remember. And it started with you in your garage. Take it from there. Tell me what motivated you to start building this.
Well, I was mechanical. I was a plumbing and heating contractor, and then a member of the family had multiple sclerosis. With MS, you get very fatigued. And pretty soon you kind of become a wallflower. You can't do much.
Right.
And I had to rent a wheelchair to get around with, and that was so depressing. There's no reason anybody, just because they have trouble walking, should have to sit in a wheelchair. Why can't they have something that is independent and fun and they feel good about? It was interesting. Well, you know, people would come up to your mother and say, "Where'd you get that?
Sure.
I'd like to have one of those."
And people would.
And so if you people feel good about others and about themselves, they're going to do more and be more active and stay active.
And the happier someone is, the better off they're going to be, even in declining health. Even in Mom's case, there was no opportunity for it to be turned around, but she could get around and move around and do things she didn't think she was going to be able to do.
Yes.
And, you know, that is a freedom. And then for the chronically ill person who's going to have a lifetime of mobility issues, it's really even more important because they feel like they have the opportunity to go out and, you know, become part of society. And of course, society's changed a lot since you invented this. Remember the days that folks would be stared at in wheelchairs?
Yes.
Now it's due to a variety of things over the years. We've all sort of grown up and we're doing better with that. You see them out there with racing stripes. You see people customize them. What kind of customizations have you found over the years? Have you seen things done to your products?
Whatever people want.
Do they call and ask for things?
We enjoy doing. We're very big in customization.
Okay.
What people want, we try to get it to them, unless we find it's wrong. A lot of people wanted big treaded tires on it.
Sure.
Well, those treaded tires bring in dirt, and they don't think about that. So we remind them, you know, you're using this in the house. You're going into public facilities. So we always try to sell ours with a tire that's easy to clean.
Right.
So even though what they want, sometimes we have to steer them in a little different direction.
Now, there's no truth to the fact that you have a model that will bounce up and down to music. That's
not yet.
Okay, because as folks age in certain demographics, that might be pretty important.
That's right.
You know.
But if you remember the comedian Toadie Field,
Yes.
she called us and needed an Amigo and was going to use it on stage, and everything on the Amigo had to be white.
Okay, right.
And then Mary Kay, from Mary Kay Cosmetics, everything had to be pink.
We figured,
we can do it.
But that's great. And again, the Amigo brand is the brand. Like facial tissue isn't facial tissue, they're Kleenexes.
Right.
You know, your carts, your scooters, whatever you prefer to call them, it's the standard name. Has competition been better for you, or I mean, can people undercut you price-wise?
Well, in the early days, there was no competition, so it was very difficult. No one knew what it was.
Right.
So competition in the early days helped to get the word out.
Educate the people about the device.
Yes, but then now a lot of the product in the healthcare industry is all made in Asia. Probably 90% is manufactured in Asia. But we're still manufacturing it. We're doing a good job. We had to switch make a change in our company. We had to go into what we call a commercial, selling Amigos to grocery stores.
Right.
Beth heads that part of the business because there was a difficulty with Medicare. They pay a lot of money for the power wheelchairs, very little for ours. So we had to make quite a change in our business in order to stay in business.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, the recession, I mean, it hit everybody, and everyone dealt with it differently. But you've come out of it. Things are improving, I'm sure.
We're doing well.
None of us is getting any younger, so you've got that market covered, and I guess just keep that name brand out there.
Right. That's
And
right.
through the grocery stores, where the Amigo with the big basket.
Sure.
That's what Beth mainly focuses on.
Right.
So that really keeps the name out
Well,
in
it
the.
exposes people to the product,
Yes.
and then when they consider one for
Yes.
home, they'll go that way.
And that is now moving throughout the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it isn't only in Michigan, United States, but we're selling quite a few in other
About
countries.
10% of our product is outside the U.S.
It's fantastic, fantastic.
And that's a huge growth market for us.
Sure.
Right.
There's an emerging economies happening all over in places that had no economies 20, 30 years ago.
Right.
Did you realize when you were in your garage working on Amigo #1, what was going to happen, or were you just having fun with it, or what?
Well,
I don't think he thought too much about it, or he
He
might
just
not
did
have
it.
done it.
no, whatever an entrepreneur is, I think that's what I am.
Right.
I like to start business, and I always like to find a better way.
Yeah.
I didn't really give too much thought. I didn't put together a business
No.
plan.
No, you just made it.
Right.
There was a need, and
Right.
I needed to fill the need, and pretty soon it was very difficult getting people to understand. This is back in the early 70s.
Right.
And in order to make it continue, I had to leave the plumbing business and get into it full time.
Commitment.
And
The leap of faith.
Yes.
yes.
He's a man of vision.
Yeah, he certainly is. And you guys deserve your award tremendously, so go get your award.
Thank you.
From the MMA, our friends from the Amigo, what would you call it? Amigo Mobility is the name.
Correct.
Amigo Mobility, yes.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet
Yes.
you.
Thank you, Tim.
Be well, my friend.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you.
very
All
much.
right, have fun.
Thanks.
Okay.